A wall of 11 players on the goal line. How did the goalkeeper break the goal? How did the Israeli national team player use some sort of magic? How did the goalkeeper win the penalty shootout without gloves? And why did Cristiano Ronaldo yell at Real Madrid players during a match against Barcelona? In this video, I'll tell you about some strange and to some extent unique cases in soccer. Friends, I ask you to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. Well, now I wish you a great video. Let's start with Cristiano Ronaldo's unusual penalty against PSG. If you watch this shot in a regular broadcast, it seems like there's nothing out of the ordinary. Even in replays, there's nothing particularly special. But right after the game, this penalty was labeled as a magic penalty. It's all because of its oddity. Right before the shot, the ball mysteriously pops up on its own. It looked like Ronaldo might have touched the ball with his planting foot, but in that case, the goal wouldn't count. However, in many replays, it's clearly visible that the ball lifts on its own. It turns out Ronaldo had practiced similar tricks during his time at Manchester United. As stated by former Portugal player Rio Ferdinand, it's crazy he used to do this in training. Ronaldo applies so much pressure with his planting foot on the ground before the shot that the vibration causes the ball to lift a few centimeters into the air. Fantastic. Another interesting incident happened during a 2017 friendly match where Arsenal visited Sydney. In the 56th minute of the game, Aaron Ramsey passed the ball back to goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez, who calmly picked it up with his hands. However, according to the rules of soccer, goalkeepers are prohibited from handling the ball after an intentional pass from a teammate. In such situations, it's up to the referee to decide. If the ref determines that the ball accidentally deflected off a teammate's foot before reaching the goalkeeper, then the keeper is allowed to use his hands. Unfortunately for Martinez and Ramsey, the referee ruled it as a violation and awarded an indirect free kick just 5.5 meters from the goal line. You can imagine how funny it looked with all 11 Arsenal players, including the goalkeeper, forming a wall at the minimum allowed distance. The Sydney players took the shot, but the first attempt hit an Arsenal player. On the rebound, Steven Lustica scored the goal. This is a rare scenario in soccer, but it's an interesting one for those who don't watch the sport often. In any case, the key is not to overdo it, and this was proven by Borussia Dortmund's goalkeeper Marcel Lotka. Once again, this happened during a friendly match, but this time it was between the Bees and the Vietnamese national team. Yes, you heard that right. The Vietnam national team played against the German side. In the 85th minute, with the score tied 1-1, the Vietnamese team was awarded a penalty. Marcel was so focused on saving the penalty that he started jumping uncontrollably, hitting the crossbar with such force that it broke. The goalkeeper tried to fix the issue himself, but nothing worked. As a result, professionals had to come onto the field, and after a lengthy effort, they repaired the crossbar. This delay lasted about 5 minutes, and the penalty was finally taken 20 seconds before the game ended, with the ball going into the opposite corner from where the goalkeeper dove, giving Vietnam the victory. If you consider Erling Haaland a machine, then I think you're right. How else can you explain opponents getting injured after crashing into Haaland's legs? In a match between Norway and Armenia, Haaland was charging toward the opponent's goal without hesitation when an opposing defender decided to stop him and brought the Norwegian down. The referee immediately gave a straight red card to the defender. However, after committing the foul, the player felt discomfort and grabbed the injured part of his body. As a result, he couldn't leave the field on his own and had to be stretchered off by the medical team. The player's removal in the 17th minute changed the course of the match, which was still 0-0 at that point. In the remaining 73 minutes, the Norwegians completely dominated, burying their opponents with 9 unanswered goals, marking the biggest defeat in the opposing team's history. In the second incident during the game between Bayern and Borussia, Erling picked up the ball after a mistake by Kimmich and sprinted toward the German goal. But as Kimmich tried to stop the attack or reach the ball, he suffered an injury. Notice how he grabbed the back of his thigh and couldn't get up from the field on his own, requiring assistance from the team's medical staff to leave the pitch. The thigh injury eventually turned into a meniscus injury, sidelining the German player for about 2 months and requiring surgery. In a replay, it's clear that Erling's leg hit Joshua. Of course, he didn't intentionally cause the knee injury as the Norwegian jumped over the German, but still managed to tear the meniscus. There seems to be some kind of magic in Haaland. The takeaway: don't recklessly challenge him, at least if you want to stay healthy. Do you know how high you can lift your leg after a jump? Former PSG goalkeeper Alphonse Areola sure does. Before a game, he showed off with a kung fu style move, leaping off the ground and tapping the crossbar with his right foot. Just for context, the height from the goal line to the crossbar is 8 feet, so Areola might have set some kind of soccer record for jumps. But let's not forget that Cristiano Ronaldo is the real pro at this, having pulled off similar moves many times before. How would you rate the bullseye chip? Simply put, the bullseye chip is a shot where you strike the ball into the ground, causing it to bounce up to a height the goalkeeper doesn't expect. This move is closely associated with Mesut Özil, as he's pulled it off multiple times. For instance, in a game against Ludogorets, the ball took an unexpected bounce that caught the keeper off guard. He did it again against Huddersfield, and even pulled off an incredible pass through 2 Danish defenders, along with a beautiful goal against Liverpool. Özil's mastery of this technique also allowed him to chip the ball over the keeper in a one-on-one situation, and in another instance, applied just enough power to keep defenders from intercepting the ball in time. Özil once explained how to execute this shot, and mentioned that he learned how to perform it not only on flat surfaces, but also when the ball is coming down from the air. That's how he scored his famous goal against Chelsea, assisted by Alexis Sanchez. In short, it's a unique and rare shooting technique that Özil has mastered perfectly. It seems like only Özil can pull it off, since when you search for more information on this move, you won't find anyone else doing it. Even Ronaldo has been frustrated with his teammates at Real Madrid. The first Champions League match between Real Madrid and Barcelona turned into a celebration for Lionel Messi. On the other hand, it was a nightmare for Cristiano. Besides the Catalan victory, Cristiano's teammates, likely due to Mourinho's tactics, failed to apply pressure on Barcelona's defense. In this instance, Ronaldo ran desperately alone while the Catalans exploited the gaps, making Ronaldo angry. He was frustrated not just because he couldn't make an impact, but also because his teammates didn't attempt to assist him and instead stood still in midfield. Xabi Alonso advised him to stay calm, but Ronaldo, on the contrary, suggested not to push too high and just to apply a bit of pressure. Another strange incident occurred during the Wales vs Israel match in the first game of the Euro 2016 qualifiers. Gareth Bale scored a free kick against Israel, leading to a victory for Wales. It seems that one of the Israeli players experienced something mystical about Bale's kick. During the game, Bale had another chance to take a free kick, and the Israeli player, Tal Ben Haim, started performing some sort of ritual before the shot. While no one took it seriously, the ball ultimately went over the crossbar after the kick. The Portuguese goalkeeper Ricardo Pereira delivered a standout performance during Euro 2004 at home, when the hosts faced England. After 120 minutes of play, neither team managed to win, and a penalty shootout was required to determine the winner. In the first 10 penalties, neither goalkeeper managed a save, with only errors from the shooters. However, before the 11th penalty, Portuguese goalkeeper Ricardo Pereira surprisingly took off his gloves, and guess what? It worked. Ricardo saved the shot, giving his team a chance to win, but it was only halfway through the battle. Summoning courage with his bare hands, the goalkeeper made a decisive save and scored a crucial goal, bringing victory to Portugal. While Ricardo was capable of saving with gloves, he later admitted that it was the act of removing the gloves that gave him confidence and inner strength. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life? If so, let me know in the comments. So that's it for the video, folks. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. See you!